Okay. Hopefully we're back now. Hello? I'm not sure if people are seeing us. Yes? Hello? Okay.
Thank you, Dean.
Internet fall down. Oh, God. Such a pain. Alright, so we turned around and went up the stairs, because, you know, that could
Or did we?
Dun, dun, dun. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh, fuck you.
Who did that?
Whomst the fuck?
Who else is physically present enough to lock us in the basement?
Whomst.
Whomst!
Is someone else here?
Right? That's what I said! Let's try the door.
Yeah.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Oh, sorry, Wendy. Okay, good. We'll pause. Folks, let us know when your ad's clear, okay? Vamp!
My favorite episode of The West Wing.
Oh
is
my
Celestial
god.
Navigation
Thank
from
you.
season
Thank
1.
you. It's an excuse to use the emoji, so I'm totally gonna
Set me up.
Yeah. Have we discussed the narrator being able to say things and they happen? No.
No, we
I don't
haven't.
think
Good
it-
spot.
Ads are
buddy.
done. I'm past the ads. Great. Thank you all very much. Apologies.
Thank you for your
You know,
patience.
Bills
We
and
apologize.
Twitch. We apologize for existing in a capitalistic hellscape. Right. So we were talking.
Justice for Batgirl.
Can you justice for Batgirl? Can you tell from the emojis what we're discussing? Anyway, the narrator. We tried the door, but it's locked from the outside. Are we one of the things the narrator has spoken into existence? That's what I'm starting to get worried about. I'm starting to worry about the narrator having a bone to pick with the princess, and therefore he spake a monster into existence. Let's team up with the princess and get out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Oh, he had fun with that line. I would have.
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Won't leave, or you won't let us leave? Is that we are the narrator and the princess. I think there's some sort of meta, like you are pieces on a chessboard sort of thing going on here, for sure. We're supposed to use harsh language, right? Fine.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Well, you could just make it appear, because apparently you can just make doors lock too.
Easier for whom?
Thank you. Proper grammar, excellent.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Who is they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
By the way, you might realize that half of what lawyers do is ask questions, so I'm going to ask lots of questions.
Spoiler, it's 75% of what they do.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Please note the change in the music that just accompanied that, because I think one of the things we're going to discover through the course of this game is that just as we are being driven into a role, I bet she is as well. And
Yep.
I don't know if she doesn't have her own narrator in her head telling her what to do.
She barely...
Oh, Jesus Christ!
...arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
That took a turn. Yikes. Wifey Poo, my dear sweet child, you.
The immortal words of Zaphod Beeblebrox. Dear God, what was that?
As she rips her flesh from her bone,
Oh.
a sound comes from behind you.
Some
The
motherfucker
clang
has just
bouncing.
thrown that fucking sword in here with us.
I think so.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Aren't we, Jonathan Sims? Aren't we?
Oh my.
Or we could use it to free her.
I mean, she's obviously determined to be free to the point where she's biting through her limbs! Someone else is here to slay the
You
princess.
won't like what happens if you do that.
Yeah, we've died 4 times.
I don't like what's happened all the way around.
Yeah, not a big fan of...
Oh, look, it's our only option!
Do it. Do the thing.
Fine. Against your better judgment,
Oh!
place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
That whole tableau is going to cause
those of you of the squeamish disposition are going to want to note the fuck out for like the next 2 minutes.
This... yeah, some people are going to be glued to this, some people are going to need to look away. I'm really glad we had the content warning. And yes, I did pick up on that whole chain binding her to this place description.
You cut into her flesh.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Look at how amused her face is.
That's not right.
Okay.
It's not right.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Oh.
Come on
She
now.
didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Notice that, didn't
Oh,
you?
that is the tone of voice of, are we the baddies?
Yes. Thank you, Dean. Thank you. Her limb. Her limb.
No, she didn't. She clutches the wound, softly smiling as her gaze meets yours.
The juxtaposition of her current predicament and her facial expression is fascinating.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Oh, pumpkin.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Look at her vocabulary. She's still sweet and light pink princess. We're gonna try and keep it that way, folks. Because now we have a zombie bride, apparently. Maybe she doesn't feel any pain? But I guess at the same time, why couldn't she have done that earlier? Alright, let's go approach the locked door because that seems to be our option.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Oh, you're good, sir. You're
Naughty,
good.
naughty narrator! Naughty, naughty! Now you have a pronoun! Now you have agency!
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body
Called
steps
it.
forward and raises the blade.
Called it.
Okay, we are a puppet. We
Called it.
are a puppet.
We are a flesh drone.
We have been hijacked. Okay, if we go through this again and kill her and then come back.
We ain't taking the knife.
Oh. We didn't take the knife.
That's a good point. Didn't do anything this
Wait,
time.
this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Yeah, again, you, first and second person here.
Watch me.
Oh my.
What are you doing?
See?
Change.
She hates being betrayed.
Yeah.
Oh, come on!
Oh.
Come on! They did this to us at Scarlet Hollow as well. Look at this.
Warn her. Warn her. You
Oh,
gotta...
oh, oh, yes, 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 yes. Warn her.
Stop that.
Alright, we totally warned. Look at him. Stop that. We tried. I don't have any boiled peanuts, Fuzzy. Nice try. Narrator said no, TM. I wonder if this is a GM gone just completely power hungry and like his players are having to go through all this.
Oh, I thought this was all a little too easy.
Mum, you cut your hand off to escape this.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready
Really?
to sink into her heart.
Nice.
This is... okay.
Nice art there.
but the princess dodges. Wait, she dodges?
This would be so much easier.
Look! She's done something that he didn't dictate. He's surprised. The narrator is confused and surprised.
This would be so much easier if you carried in the same knowledge we did between.
Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Look, we've teamed up. We're having a psychic battle where I'm fighting the narrator in my mind and she's doing it physically. Oh, look!
Resist!
Resist! I love this fun. This is a very good playthrough.
The blade! Move the blade!
No, you can't make me!
I'm sorry. I can see you're doing your best to resist what's happening to you.
Halfway house on the
I'll
dialogue.
try and make this quick.
Yeah, exactly.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. You feel her claws on your
Sorry,
throat,
what?
then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease.
Basically, she's trying to give us a mercy killing. Oh, wow.
Claws.
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained red as your blood seeps into the fabric. When she manages to escape from this place and bring ruin to the world, know that it was all your fault.
Fine. Your narrator like, fine, since you were mean to me, I'm gonna describe your death in excruciating detail. I want to hear if she speaks again.
It can't just end like this, right?
Is that true, Wendy? I missed that the voice didn't follow the on-screen text just then. I wonder if that was deliberate, or it may be a bug. Maybe somebody could make a note of that, and we could report that just in case.
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
That's a really good spot, Rebecca. So she turned our organs off in the first playthrough.
Yeah.
As opposed to just
Everything goes dark,
beating the shit
and
out.
you die.
But listen to his
Everything
petulant,
goes dark
pissy little
and you
voice.
die.
Everything goes dark and you die. You're naughty players. Rocks fall. Everyone dies. Right? Chapter 2. The Damsel.
You're on a path. in
I'm
the
starting
woods,
to hate this line.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I'm gonna need a t-shirt that has those 4 lines on it at
I
some
have
point.
just realized that this game is the platonic embodiment of that TikTok sound. The gonna be safe,
And
gonna have a real
we're
nice
all
time.
gonna have a real good time. What
the Jesus Christ
fuck
was that?
Yes, exactly. Alright, let's go save her again, because now she's the damsel, and I want to see what new voice we get. Booty shorts with that line on it, for sure.
You're here to slay her.
Yes. Yeah, I like this. Okay, no. Oh, I like this one. I like
you
this one.
bastard!
Most of the rest of these is, yeah, we're going with this one. Oh, you bastard, you in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
Tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time, you and I.
So that's either gaslighting, which should probably be added to the content warnings, to be honest, psychological manipulation, or the narrator doesn't perceive the loops. And I'm looking for evidence of both ways.
It's very finely balanced.
Yep.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
You are wrong.
See, the voice the hero knows.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. We can help her. We just have to find a way.
This is CNN. Voice of the doubting. I think the narrator knows and is lying, right? State agent voice. And the cabin has all its original features, including those fine gas lights.
Look
Doubting.
at this baby. Look at how many pan-dimensional princesses you can
Look
fit.
at how many princesses you can slay in this baby. Yes, exactly. Alright, voice of the doubting. Okay.
Oh, is there another one of us in here? Helper? Need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
What's going on?
Like, what's
Sure,
happening?
and all of us in here definitely believe you.
Oh, I love this guy. He's my new favorite.
Johnny is committing self-sass. This is really quite impressive.
The idea of a daily Johnny calendar is vaguely disturbing.
Just stay focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, Johnny needs a t-shirt that says the voice of the blah 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 blah. Narrator doubting hero blah blah. That would be a good t-shirt.
You're one of those narrator and doubting and hero and contrarian and broken ones.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I've
I
got
get
no
it.
respect.
I'm going to the cabin. I'm totally gonna team up with
Kicking
her
rocks
against
the whole
you
time.
again.
Bullshit.
I have one last one.
Do
I'm
you?
sure you do.
Do you?
Is it the same as last time?
She
Six.
will lie,
Six
she will
Johnnies.
cheat, and she
Ah,
will do
ah.
everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
But listen to the music. It's that same undertone of when her mood changes, that deep rumble, when he says that line, which doesn't show up in the previous screen when he's talking to us on the path. So I think that's an indicator that he's lying.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Oh, I like you.
Did you just say the word wink? No, I didn't. Wink.
Okay, you get to be voice of the doubter.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Alright, I'm gonna do it. I can't remember how to save. Does anybody remember? What's the save button? Can't remember the save button. No. No skipping. Whatever that is, stop.
Maybe you should just proceed into the cabin.
No, I need the controls and I can't remember what they are. Can anybody remember what the buttons were? I tried escape. There we go. Okay.
Sir Bertrand McGuffingham.
Here we go.
Half man, half man.
And then I need to fix my preferences because I think auto forward time. After choices. Alright. Well, I'm going back into the princess.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely empty.
Same thing.
The air stale and musty.
So the table
The floor
hasn't,
and walls covered in a
the
fine
environment
layer of
hasn't
dust.
changed.
The only furniture is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Should we take the blade with us and try to use it to pick the lock?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Thank you very much, Stitch. Tab.
Thanks, Stitch.
Toggle skipping on and off. Let's... Oh no, we don't get any option to like go back and look for a key or anything.
Because there's no one up here.
Should we take the knife? I think we should take the knife.
I want the
You take the blade from the table.
Blah, blah, blah.
Please.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated
before.
by an unseen light
Yeah.
in the room below. This is an oppressive place. Her voice carries softly up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Same thing. Now this time, I want to be silent.
Okay.
This is the same, Dean, you're right.
It's even more hypnotizing than before.
Is it?
Is it more hypnotizing than before, or is that just what we want it to be?
I think that's a very valid question.
I think we're in love.
Oh, God.
For everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just don't let her charm you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Back to her.
Yep.
You walk down the stairs
Look!
and lock eyes with the princess.
She looks even
There's a
younger
heavy chain
and more
around
like
her wrist,
anime-esque.
binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's gone full uwu.
She's gone uwu.
She's still so beautiful. And she has both of her arms again.
Yep.
Did everything we just went through actually happen?
Chibi princess.
She's chibi, yeah.
It must have, because she's different. Can't you tell?
You. I remember
Yep,
you.
look! She's like
You're going to
full-on
help me get
Princess
out of here,
Peach.
right?
Wait a fucking second.
What?
I remember you.
What? She knows.
Never remembered before. Every time we've come in before, it's been the first time.
And no, she didn't have a crown before. She had some sort of tiara circlet, but not like this fold-on.
She remembers.
She remembers, and I remember. She has. She's very much more cartoonish.
Has she referenced the time loop before? The fuck?
Is that the ending? The fact that she remembered us. I didn't unlock any achievements that time.
Both times that's happened, were we hanging on a dialogue choice? Does it auto end after a certain period of time?
I don't know. But I'm gonna reopen my Steam and see if there was an achievement that I missed. Hang on.
Because that's Princess and Fury.
It's not updating. Yeah, it seems like some sort of we're under her influence for now, for sure, sort of ending. I'm very confused. I think there was a bug mentioned that one achievement and ending is trickier to get than intended, so this might be it. It was very sudden. I was kind of expecting something more to happen. But she did go full on chibi, which was very interesting. Very, very interesting. Folks, we've been playing for about an hour and a quarter already, so if you haven't, you should probably stand up and stretch and all of that good stuff. I'm trying to think about what we would do for another playthrough. I want to try a playthrough where we don't say anything to her that first time we go down the stairs.
And see what she manifests
and
as.
see what her default state
I'm also
is.
very curious as to what she manifests as after this.
Well, yeah. I mean, but we don't get that option, unfortunately.
And it looks like Chapter 2's title tells you what version you're getting.
Yeah, it seems to be like it tells you what the kind of the path you're going on there. You said the no speaking run. Is that going to be a stabby take? I think we're going to have to play it by ear, to be honest. Let's find out. Let's give it a try. All right, here we go again. We're going to do one, maybe two more, depending on how things go. All right. We've gone into the cabin. We've got the voice of the hero with us. Chapter 2 title also matches the achievement you
Good
get at
spot.
the end.
The interior of the cabin is almost entire. The blade
Yes,
is your
yes.
implement.
Not gonna take... No, we're just gonna go with no knife, no talking. See what happens.
That's an interesting point. We're going from a save taken after we've already argued with the narrator. We think that has an impact.
Going from a save taken after you've already argued with the narrator. Yeah, but I think what we did in that save is just us going through all the explore options. But should we
Hit
start
that
from the
process
beginning
lag
then?
Again, just so you know.
Huh?
We're getting that processor lag again.
Yeah,
just so
so let's try a completely silent run and then see what we think, and then maybe we'll do a start completely from the beginning again. That's a really good observation. Investment. Don't need you.
The door to the basement creaks open, her voice soft.
Hello? Is someone there?
Is hypnotized. Don't let it fool.
Just
Let's just continue down the stairs and see what happens.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
So this is her kind of default state, it seems to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to talk. Now I want to try lying to her and see what happens.
Okay.
See, these are two different options. I'm gonna get you out of here. Don't make me regret this.
Or I can't believe they've been keeping you down here.
There is a go back upstairs without saying another word.
We ever asked what are you going to do if we let you out of here?
Yeah, let's ask.
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I think you're right. I think we need to not reload from that save anymore.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
With these questions, she doesn't seem to know anything we don't know. I agree. Yeah.
It's not like you'd believe me.
Oh, I would. I like that it's not like you'd believe me. Let's try this one.
Yeah.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
What is it?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I'm gonna try this don't make me regret it.
Yeah, do that.
You're only making this more difficult.
Maybe that's a good idea. Sansa, is she also looping through timelines but didn't recognize us before because we had seen different?
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
Okay.
You're making a huge mistake.
Are we?
Willie?
You're doing the right thing.
Thank you, hero.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Please don't eat your arm again.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Okay, we've gotten through that loop again.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just...
Let's try this. If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? Folks, I warn you now. She might bite her arm.
Maybe chewing.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
And then we get locked down here again.
Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
There
hesitates.
we go.
She rips
There
her
we
flesh
go.
from her. It's the blade from upstairs.
I don't
You're
know
not sure how
why
it made
this
its way down
happens,
here.
though.
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Now, we actually get the option to attack her this time.
Do we think that's just gonna jump us straight
I
to...
don't know, but it's not what we took last time, and
Let's
we
give it
kind
a
of
shot.
skipped through. So let's give it a try. Let's slay her this time. I agree.
Without hesitation,
Oh.
you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
Oh,
We
pissy
have
narrator.
feathers, but
Look at this. Our arm has feathers? Claws? She keeps her back at... Yeah, I agree with you, Wendy. That's not her back.
that's boob.
That's chest.
The wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
That is a very interesting response from the hero voice. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that happened with the knife. Let's just...
You bastard.
Ooh.
Were you lying to me this whole time?
Well, here's our lie to her playthrough.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back.
That's not good. That's not good. That
Oh
isn't
boy. We are not gonna die pretty.
Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see that razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
She's more concerned about how you treat her. Well, obviously that would make sense, but she's keyed into the loops, and she doesn't really want to be betrayed at all.
It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
And there seems to be nothing I can do to hurt her either, so why am I here, Mr. Narrator?
I'm not so sure. Don't waver now.
Nah,
Oh no, we're wavering.
we're wavering.
As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used.
She's about to tear
break
someone
her
off and
arm.
beat us to death with a wet end.
I think we're gonna be beaten to death with her own severed limb, yes.
Told ya.
Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw.
So it's the same triptych as the previous fight.
But instead of kickboxing us to death, she's
Yeah,
just
she's
fucking
going-
eating us.
Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
See, but the hero says that. That's really interesting that he's swapped. We don't have any other choice.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees.
Because she's still chained up as well, remember?
We can still turn this around.
Run. You want to give up?
I don't know. If we give up, she's gonna kill us. That doesn't teach us anything. We've pissed her off, and in the next loop, she's not gonna be inclined. If we turn our back and run, she's chained. Should we bail? Should we try bailing?
Go.
We've tried killing her successfully. It didn't do anything.
It didn't take.
It didn't take. It'd be interesting to see a little murder as a treat. Yeah, let's finish the job and see what happens.
You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess.
Okay. We've
You
seen this
probably
before.
won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling our friend apart? If the princess doesn't do them in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job.
Oh, our friend. So again, he's buttering us up because we're going for the fight.
You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons, and then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Interesting.
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
As he said that.
No, haven't heard that line of dialogue.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
It is some of the least monstrous she's looked, agreed. But she's not chibi, she's just got the little diadem going on, but...
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and that terrifying conviction in her words. But you don't have the time left to worry about such things. Everything goes black, and you die.
I'm very curious to see what this chapter title is going to be. The
beans.
We've done this one before, haven't we?
Don't think so.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
That is a very good point, Edwidge. That line about "I'll make you pay for this," she might not be talking to us.
Yeah,
She
I'm
might be
trying to
talking
look at my
through
achievements.
us.
Give me just a second, everybody. I'm trying to see achievement progress. So yeah, we have the damsel now. That's one of the endings we got.
I don't think we had the Fury before.
The Fury, we've unlocked that one. And this one's called the Beast ending, right? Okay. There we go.
You're here to slay.
Blah, blah.
Oh,
okay,
don't you
no.
start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you
the
from
risk of
saving us all.
swap, Ezzy. I think the colour palette may be darker too.
It does seem a lot darker.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I think it's the narrator she's got it in for as well as I am.
I can still feel
Ooh.
each and every puncture and laceration. That beast hurt us, but we're going to hurt her back.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Because if we're going in with this tulpa theory, or chimeric reflection,
Fuck.
then obsessed might be her state. And it's just us hearing the narrator through the lens of her state. So now she's just gonna go for us and kill us, and it's gonna be awful.
It's the manner of how we die, isn't it?
I think it's a combination of how we die and how we treat her.
Yeah. 7 Johnnies.
Is there another one of us in here?
Yes, hero.
Good. It seems like your head's in the right place. If you can all just stay focused on the task at hand, the princess will be good and slain in no time at all.
Oh, you suck. You suck, narrator. You suck. This might be silently proceed to the cabin time if we haven't already
Yeah,
done that.
let's silently proceed to the cabin. Maybe it's not our mindset, it's hers that's being reflected.
I have one last warning for
Do you?
Yes.
She will lie.
Yes, she
He's
can lie
right,
and
you know.
steal.
Ignore him. She's just a princess. Don't overestimate her.
I'm sorry, I skipped through that piece of dialogue too fast. Seven wives for 7 Johnnies. I'm starting to wonder if maybe... Yeah.
The interior
oh, wow.
of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only item of furniture is a plain, termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
And we got the voice of the meek. Yeah.
The blade is your implement. Yes, do it. Take the blade and make her pay for what she's done.
Yeah. I'm thinking we need the knife this time around.
You take the blade from the table.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't trust a word you say.
The door to the basement creeps open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to step over a few holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're stepping down into a jungle.
Oh dear.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Ew.
Please.
Ew. But I think what this is supposed to represent is it's not just her mindset and her memory that's being affected. It's the entire physical environment. And we've seen him manipulate the entire physical environment before.
She growls up the stairs.
Oh dear.
I can smell you.
Okay. This is going to be short and intense.
It isn't hypnotizing anymore. It's almost feral. Don't let her intimidate you.
Cool.
You carefully make your way down the stairs.
I'm sensing cat ears. Tail. Yeah,
Oh, boy.
called
The
it.
final step, the
Totally
form of the
called it.
princess comes
She
into
is
view.
not restricted.
A large
Or
shackle
she?
leading from her wrist
she
to
is.
the basement wall.
She is. Yep. She's. Yeah. No. The hero is no longer in love. Right?
You're the reason I'm still down here. Fiend, monster, betrayer. Nothing will get between my teeth and your throat.
She definitely remembers now.
Yep. Totally, she remembers.
Fuck.
And you're dead. The end. Achievement unlocked. The beast. The ends. Okay.
Yeah, betrayer is
Betrayer,
an interesting
huh?
word, isn't it?
Okay. So, now according to Steam, we've accomplished the endings we've accomplished are the Beast, the Damsel, the Stranger, and the Fury. There are
only 2 to go.
There are 2 left. There's one called the Spectre, and one called the Nightmare. But those are gonna have to wait for another time. There's a couple of other miscellaneous,
including one rather wonderfully called I Tried So Hard and Got So Far.
It's your best to resist, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Yes. And then there's a hidden achievement as well, which...
I'm guessing Staring Contest is just going to be a time-sensitive one where you don't react.
Yeah. Maybe if you just... Because there's one that says you lock eyes with her. Maybe if you just let the game sit there for a period of time, the narrator gets fed up with you.
It reminds me of my all-time favourite achievement. I don't pay attention to achievements in games. But when Uncharted 4 was demoed initially, there was a moment on the live worldwide premiere when Nate throws open a pair of doors and stops. And the demo crashed for 30 seconds.
And he was just standing there.
And when they released the game, you get to that point, throw the doors open, and if you stop for 30 seconds, you get an achievement called Stage Fright.
Which I think is delightful. I really can't wait
this fucking
for this
game.
full game to come out. I just can't wait for the full game.
We're getting more Scarlet Hollow and this from them. You spoil us, Black Tabby.
You spoil us so much. What's the run where we have matching levels of conviction? Yeah, it's a good one. It was the controller that died, not the demo.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Dean.
Standing right up there on E3 stage, right? Exactly. So yes, there are still at least 2 more endings for us to figure out. I know we all need more. Yes, we have to not play the game for 5 years. Alistair,
I have achieved that.
Has achieved that. He has achieved the don't play the game for 5 years and then load back in.
I was half considering the Stanley Parable for this week.
Oh, I think people would enjoy that.
But I also thought you might want to see it, so.
There's a VOD.
There is a VOD.
You can talk to me in VOD.
There you go.
Okay. Folks, why don't...
yeah, this is, as we understand it, going to be a done in one. As we understand it,
this is going to be a done in one full game. That's my understanding as well. But those lines about her conviction feel to me like it's about her being so used to this already.
Spot.
Like she's just gone through this again and again and again and again. And that she maintains memory of the loop. And who she's actually really, really pissed off at is the narrator, who apparently has some kind of control the environment powers, because somebody locked that door and then threw that knife in there. So
they did in fact just release, I believe it is called the Super Ultra Deluxe PS5 version of the Stanley Parable.
Yes, that is correct. Right, why don't we take a little bit of a break? Just a couple minutes, and then we'll come back and do just a couple of quick shenanigans.
Which will not involve stabbing.
Cleanse the palate before bedtime. And we'll talk a little bit about what's going to be the schedule for the next couple of weeks. So now is a good time to stretch. We will be right back.
Hello.
Hopefully I remember to turn the microphone on. I have no idea if this like countdown widgety thing I've set up to run is going to switch us screens in another moment. Just Twitch.
Roll with it,
why?
folks. You know.
Just why? I mean, we're here. You can hear us. We're back. There still appears to be a bit of a delay, unfortunately, but hopefully that'll catch up now that there's not a game running.
Yes,
All
indeed.
right. So, for tonight's shenanigans, we have absolutely positively swear on a stack of Bibles true facts
These are the best.
about Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Thank
Doc.
Hang on a second. How did... honest to God, hand over heart, true facts about classic Doctor Who. So, alrighty. You want to kick us off?
It's occurred to me that I've been out of classic Who fandom so long that some of you doubtless have not seen it. If this is the case, here are some honest to God, hand over heart, true facts about Doctor Who from the splendidly named Agatha Heterodyne.
Oh, I wonder if that's Kaya Foglia.
Perhaps. An entire fake season of the show had to be made up to make a single companion's timeline possible.
The last story of the entire run involves the Master turning into a cat furry.
A companion nearly gets eaten by a giant clam.
There is an entire season where every villain is the Master, but in different ludicrous disguises, and in one occasion, he summoned Satan.
One time, the production team forgot Colin Baker tied to a pole in the woods.
And there's a video link for this, so
I'm alarmed.
I'm going to put a link to this in the chat because the very thought of that makes me laugh. Tom Baker's scarf was supposed to be normal length, but the person who bought the yarn had no idea how much yarn you need to make a scarf and bought way too much. And the person who was hired to make the scarf wasn't told to stop, so she didn't.
The fifth
And cosplayers around the world were grateful for it.
The Fifth Doctor had a robot companion who had to be abruptly written off the show after the only person who knew how to operate the robot died.
Is that what happened to K9?
I think it might be Chameleon.
Oh, good. Phew. There is a serial where people are eaten by inflatable furniture. And people complained to the BBC that it was too violent.
That same story has weaponized plastic daffodils that fire shrink-wrap squares that perfectly cover your throat and suffocate you to death. Oh, and the bad guy's Cthulhu. An alien exiled to a boys' boarding school on Earth was convinced to kill the Doctor by a man with a bird shellac to his scalp. He failed so badly at killing the Doctor that he became a companion instead.
Who was this?
This was Turlo. Turlo is the great, underappreciated companion. Turlo was an evil space Tory who very quickly found
that's
out
redundant.
wasn't actually evil. He was basically an alien prince who had been sentenced to public school on Earth in
Which
England.
sounds like something...
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Rather than,
wow.
being executed for being in charge on his planet at the wrong time. The public school, of course, was being run by briefly retired Brigadier Alistair Lethbridge Stewart, who gets to meet his younger self at one point in that story, which was really rather fun. Turlo ends up aboard the TARDIS, where the Black Guardian, who is one of the two elemental forces of time, who is well evil, innit? Basically goes, yeah, shank him. Shank the motherfucker. Shank him. I'll give you stuff. And Turlo's like, I'm an adolescent. I'm very confused about everything.
And I'm motivated by stuff.
But I think I'm a bit cross. So yeah, okay. And across like a season or so, gradually he realizes, because he is with the Fifth Doctor, who is one of the three most profoundly lovely incarnations, he just can't do it. It'd be like kicking a Labrador puppy. That being said, Turlo's run in the TARDIS is an awful lot like Scott Evil. Basically, his default response to most things is, we could just kill them. Seriously, it'd be fun. We could do it together. We could just... Really? No? You're gonna... oh, okay. All right.
I guess it's better than... God, what was his name? It's not... I want to say Ajax, but it wasn't. The whiny little boy.
Oh, Adam. Who ended up with the hard drive in his head.
It wasn't... Adam wasn't his name. It was
Adric.
Adric. Oh! God, anyway. All right. This is a link.
Classic Doctor Who is a lot.
This is a link, and I don't know what this is a link to, but all this says in capital letters is unlimited rice pudding, and I now must go watch whatever this video is, because it involves a Sylvester McCoy speech with Davros, but it talks about unlimited rice pudding. What is going on here?
We shall become all powerful, crush the lesser races, conquer the galaxy.
Oh, nice accent.
Unimaginable power, unlimited rice pudding, etc., etc.
No one chews pronunciation or rolls R's like that, man.
For the longest time.
Ace is the best companion in history. Fight me.
Yeah. Ace has started turning up in the Torchwood audio. She's big fun.
Oh, this is my absolute legend.
She is literally now a billionaire philanthropist.
All right. Here we go. There was an entire 6-part story that was basically the miners' strike, but in space. Everything was part of a plot by the Ice Warriors, who wanted to start a space war, and apparently pissing off miners with ridiculous hair was a crucial part of that plan. Probably still less evil than Margaret Thatcher, though. Truth.
The Master once dressed up as a scarecrow and stood in a field. The Doctor and his companion walked by pure chance, and the Master took that as an excuse to drop the disguise and throw together a plan that involved causing a minor inconvenience to established history. There was no logical way he could have known the Doctor would be in that place at that time. He just felt like being a scarecrow and freaking out birds, I guess.
I mean, sometimes you do. Okay, thoughts on rice pudding. Freshly made or high quality, great. That weird ambrosia shit that comes in a can is evil and should
We
never...
don't discuss custard in this house because it gets rucky.
No, you don't mind the pourable kind, and that is fine. You can be wrong over there. I like Chinese pastry custard type custards. I don't like thin and runny and let's just use it to stir things together and call that dessert. That does not work for me. No tinned rice pudding. I like Rachel's, which is a variety here, which is like uses proper basmati rice and all of that stuff. That's okay, but I will eat cold rice pudding from a can with a spoon. My God, dude.
We need to swap. I need to do the next one and you need to do the one after.
Okay, you do the next one.
That same story has someone turned into a sentient tree.
The 7th Doctor, okay, math. So after Colin Baker
Sylvester McCoy.
Was Sylvester McCoy, i.e. he of the crooked umbrella and Ace.
Yes.
And one of my favorite all-time episodes, which is the Kangs. Fucking loved, what's it called?
Paradise
Towers. Yep.
Good sequel comic, too.
Yes, I read that. The Master once... Oh, no. Okay. The 7th Doctor once distracted 3 Lovecraftian beings from before the dawn of time with a magic show who were running a murderous circus staffed by homicidal clowns until his pyromaniac lesbian companion, Ace, we love you, could throw him a hippie's magic pendant which shot lasers at the gods and killed them. That was a great episode. I loved it.
That is also the story which cements Sylvester McCoy as a man with fucking ice water in his veins. There is a moment in that story where the Doctor does the literal cool guys don't look at explosions moment.
Nice.
The explosion is much larger and triggered much sooner than it was supposed to be. This is on film. You can see the moment where he reacts, and you can see the moment where he goes, this is going to take 12 fucking hours to reset, and I want my tea. So I'm just going to keep going.
Spicy rice pudding for breakfast is something I need in my life.
Congee.
Well, congee is not Indian, it's Korean, and there's lots of varieties of ricey porridge for breakfast, but yes.
That same story had a space werewolf and a British explorer from space.
Are you kidding me with these?
This is all true. It's great.
The 6th Doctor companion Perry, worst companion ever. Her entire thing was she was American. Let's not even. Had a timeline so effing convoluted that an entire audio drama was made about how time travel had generally created multiple versions of her because it was the only way to explain all the contradictions. Didn't she leave the doctor and marry some barbarian somewhere?
Not just some barbarian, Brian Blessed.
Oh my god.
As a space Viking.
As a space Viking.
That level of convolution, by the way, is sufficiently common that a friend of mine, a guy called Lance Parkin, who is an incredibly talented writer and deserves to be much bigger than he is, wrote a Doctor Who novel called The Infinity Doctors, which specifically has a moment where I believe a Gallifreyan temporal scientist goes, "This is ridiculous. He has 3 ninth incarnations. The Doctor's timeline makes no sense."
That is correct. Okay, you get the next one. The Fourth Doctor.
The Fourth Doctor painted the words, "This is a fake," behind the Mona Lisa as part of a plan to stop an alien art thief from wiping humanity from existence.
I mean, fair. The Seventh Doctor, again Sylvester McCoy, once fought a homicidal Bertie Bassett who worked for Margaret Thatcher in space and killed people with deadly sweets. He defeated them with lemonade.
Ace literally has a girlfriend in almost every story she's in.
It's the hottest one ever is when they're both in tuxedos.
The Burlington Bertie routine.
Oh, I loved that.
It's not even subtle. In one story, they literally had her and her girl of the week dressed in tuxes together.
It was the greatest thing ever. My sister did that for Halloween that year because Ace was the greatest.
I always remember the novel of that story, Ghostlight, which, by the way, is the Doctor Who story I would argue makes the least sense and is the most ambitious and most interesting, where she steps out of the TARDIS in the outfit, and the Seventh Doctor has this moment of, this was why he realised he trusted Ace, because she could always find a way to fit in and still remain true to herself. Which is just a roundabout way of the Seventh Doctor going, "Oh, she gay."
Right. Very much so. There are a whole lot more of these.
We're gonna let's do a few more.
Okay, all right. Somebody else in this thread then goes, ooh, I have some.
You missed Harry Sullivan as an imbecile, but that's kind of a given.
Well, I mean, that's a given. I don't think we even have to say that.
Shall I?
Yes.
Yeah, this is from Apathetic Revenant with, oh, I have some. Tom Baker once broke his collarbone while filming and had to wear a neck brace, which they used his scarf to cover up.
Oh my gosh.
This was like his 3rd serial, so he probably wasn't feeling really good about the job at the time.
Oh, wow. Oh god, that scene where they fought about the pronunciation of the word
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant and lieutenant. And oh gosh. That's so good. While filming a scene with a stuntman playing an auton, a car was supposed to narrowly miss hitting the stuntman. It overshot and did hit him, knocking him all the way down a hill. Miraculously, he was unharmed, and the absolute spectacular fall was caught on camera, so they kept it in the episode.
One of the Fourth Doctor's serials was partially shot in a cave that was reputed to be haunted.
Ooh.
During location shooting, the director's wife took some arrowheads home.
Oh god.
The production was then plagued by a huge amount of problems until the director brought the arrowheads back.
Why do you have... Okay, it's just not... Don't take things from set. The Third Doctor, oh gosh, this was Pertwee, right?
Yeah.
Has a car purely because John Pertwee really loved cool cars. His last story includes an epic chase scene across multiple vehicles as a gift from the production crew. Oh, how sweet!
The 3rd story of the entire show has a plot caused entirely by a switch in the TARDIS being stuck down because the spring broke.
At the end of one serial, companion Leela, who is like, oh god, wasn't she some sort of space barbarian?
Space cave woman from a society descended from a crashed colony ship.
Oh my god.
I've never forgotten the Doctor figuring out their kind of symbol of protection was the exact same motion as the 3-point
harness.
The 3-point harness on a spacesuit.
At the end of one serial, companion Leela looks at an explosion, which causes her eyes to change color. This was stuck in there at the request of the actress, who was tired of wearing the shitty color contacts.
Oh, here we go. The 7th Doctor has a scene where he walks calmly ahead of a building exploding behind him. Said explosion wound up being bigger than expected, and Sylvester McCoy was caught in the blast and actually caught on fire a little bit. He kept walking anyway because he knew they would only get one shot.
That is a consummate professional.
Yep.
Absolute professional.
Yep.
Hey, Starlight, you're here for shenanigans. Enjoy. And then this will be the last one.
Yeah.
No, we have two more, and they're both Sylvester McCoy.
Okay.
Speaking of Sylvester McCoy, he was once shooting a scene with Sophie Aldred, aforementioned lesbian companion, i.e. Ace, where she was trapped in a water tank. While they were filming, he noticed there was a crack in the glass and realized it was about to break, which could have very well been fatal. He knew he only had seconds to signal what was going to happen and that he had to say something that couldn't be mistaken for in-character dialogue. So he yelled, "Shit! Get her out!"
There is footage of this, and Aldridge talked about it. She said he genuinely saved her life. That tank would have collapsed. She would have been dumped out on the ground at high speed, and things would have broken.
Oh, wow.
It's why they remain incredibly close to this day. He had her back all the way down.
That's really nice.
Also, speaking of Sylvester McCoy, he was responsible for one of the greatest outtakes in all of television history.
Which I'm putting a link to in the chat, which probably involves him swearing, because the Doctor would never swear. Let's see. I can't hear it because...
And it is, in fact, him yelling...
It's him yelling,
will you fucking stay still?
Which is hilarious. Sylvester McCoy is great. I really did like him terribly much. And that's what we've got for you for shenanigans for
Indeed.
tonight. All right, shall we put us back on the big screen?
Let's take it back to the big board.
Take it back to the big board. Okay. So let's talk about the schedule for the next couple of weeks.
It's Wednesday. Let's get scheduled.
Thank you for speaking of TikTok. A lot of stuff on set is fair game, which is why I have a leather score from Elidor in my bedroom. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Well done, Zoe. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat. I watched a great compilation of Sylvester McCoy being done with being on the set. That sounds brilliant. If you find that link, Dean, throw that in there, would you? So, I am away for the next week and change, which means Alistair will be streaming all by himself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be improv theater. It's probably going to be on the console, which means
so
we won't be here on camera.
None of my beautiful face, unfortunately.
Yes, you'll have to imagine his amazingly beautiful face while he's entertaining you for the next couple of days. But I think the plan is normal time.
Yeah, current plan is Sunday morning, 10:30 to about 12:30. We are almost certainly going to be doing a game called Dark Side Detectives, which is a pixel art, point-and-click, comedy supernatural detective game with 9 small mysteries in it. The how long to beat rating for it says takes about 4 hours, so it'll take about 6.
12.
You know, but it looks lighthearted. It looks fun. It's an open. There is no dialogue, so accents. Looks like it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, exactly. And then Wednesday night stream will resume. I have to do like date type things. Hang on, but it's only going to be 1 week off. So Alistair will be streaming on himself the 10th.
I'm streaming all over myself.
Just you had to go there, didn't you? And then we'll be back like normal on the 17th. So, other things we should talk about.
Please, Dean. That sounds amazing.
I will provide forensic insights in the chat. That sounds delightful. Other amazing things where I do not have the Anchor 634643. I have to memorize this. I have not.
Let's call
yet.
Anchor for now. The Anchor crowdfunder is ongoing.
Just launched today.
Just started. It's going to be a great show. We've seen a good chunk of the stuff that's planned, and it's going to be huge fun. It is another character, the likes of which I have not done before, and I'm really excited. And I'm even more excited to hear Marguerite's character, who is, again, not what she's really done before.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Duck. Let's see how they're doing. They're at 4% of their goal, and they've launched like 6 hours ago, so that's doing pretty good. And there are cute videos of rats receiving pets, so
yes,
indeed.
Hey,
there you go.
But yeah, it's going to be a really fun show. It's crammed full of some amazing folks, and we're really excited to hear it. We've also just recorded our final lines, I believe, for the first season of Super Suits.
I think that was our final lines, unless there are any pickups. But yes, we've done that. And if you are a Hugo voter, Hugo voting closes a week from today, the 11th of August.
Thanks,
So
Hawkeye.
there will be, well, that's very sweet of you, Hawkeye. There will be one final reminder in the full lid this Friday.
Yeah.
And then the box is locked, the lights are on.
It's Hugo voting time.
It's no longer Hugo voting time. And then what will be, will be. So if you have not yet cast your vote, please do so. And the full lid will have all the details on it.
We're also British Fantasy Award finalists.
Yes, but
which
that's
is
not a
cool.
vote. That's a jury.
But that is a jury.
That is
So,
a jury. No
check.
jury on it! Anyway.
The check's in the mail.
Yes,
I'm of course kidding.
We have we have shows nominated for 3 different types of awards, all of which are being ceremonied in September. So
In the ceremony.
it's going to be a very busy September for us, and then we're going to go away for a few weeks and just disappear and go on vacation.
Do in Italy.
Exactly.
Whole entire Italy.
Whole entire, well, pretty dang close.
Quite close.
But not all of it. All right, I think that's everything. Is there anything I forgot? Ducky, is there anything I forgot? Our lovely mods, if there's anything I forgot to mention, please
Dean,
let me know.
I mean, first of all, thank you. And secondly, coming from you, buddy.
Yeah, we're going to get you on the stream.
I mean, come on now.
We gotta
You are
hang out.
Ridiculously talented. Thank you. That
Come
means
to
an awful
Norwich,
lot.
I owe you brunch. I could go to Norwich.
I
for
could do
brunch.
Norwich by car.
Yeah, how's your November? That may be the next time I have chance. But yes, we'll put something together. That sounds good. Proof of life. Oh, the lad. He's in the fridge, Wendy. He's not
He says
dressed. He's in his jammies. He's in bed. He's gone. He's being sensible. Exactly. He's fine though.
He is.
We experimented. We went 3 weeks between feedings, and he did just fine. So that's all done very good. My November's pretty open. Brilliant. Wow, turkey. We'll do American things. That sounds good. Do American things. No, that goes weird. Let's not. Yes, exactly. He's chilling. He's literally
Chilling like a villain.
All right. Thank you all.
Chilling like penicillin.
One more.
No, how am I going to top chilling like
I
penicillin?
don't know, but you set yourself up. You got to do it in 3s. 2.
Good night, everybody.
Yes, exactly. All right. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you very much for
Alistair
joining
does
us.
not look so tired.
That's a Doctor Who reference.
Oh, of course. Yes,
Right.
Alistair looks so tired.
Exactly. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a
Thank
great
you,
time.
folks. Have a great time. I've been Alistair,
I'm Marguerite.
and this has been fun.
We'll
See you next
soon.
time.